Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, Chaitanya, you're audible.
Thank you. So let's start the new concepts of AWS, which is nothing but Amazon Web Services. So why we have this necessity of learning AWS? So first of all, we will see. Uh, Let me start from the scratch. So what is AWS and why we need to? Okay, hold on a second. So we are about to discuss about AWS, Amazon Web Services that everyone knows. Okay. Okay, good. So now the first point is, so first of all, why we have, what is this AWS? What is AWS? So why we are going with the AWS concept? What is the necessity? Okay, first of all, what is AWS? Okay, AWS is a cloud. AWS is simply a public cloud. It is a public cloud. So the point is, now you can ask me, sir, just this is the first session, why you are directly jumping into the concepts? Now the point is, so how many days that we are going to accomplish this AWS services? So first things first, what is AWS? It's a public cloud. What is a public cloud? First of all, what is meant by cloud? How many types of clouds are there? Why we are migrating to the cloud? Why all the companies are interested in migrating towards the cloud? There are so many questions which should be answerable. Okay, first things first, what we need to understand here is, before we go into the AWS public cloud and everything. So for whom this course is, for whom this course is. So who can attend this sessions? So everyone can attend the sessions. It is not for a limited set of audience, like you need to have a what I can say logical thinking, and you need to be under the what I can say coding languages. You should know the coding language. There is no necessity of these things. Okay, if you are interested towards learning the cloud computing, you can learn the cloud computing. There is no criteria that we need to have a particular talents to learn the cloud. Okay, so but what are the basics that you need to understand? What are the prerequisites for learning the cloud? Is there any prerequisites to learn the cloud? Yes. Okay, what are those prerequisites? The first and foremost thing is to do the practice, to do practice of your sessions. You need to have one laptop or desktop with a good internet connection, with an internet connection. So do we need to have some 16 GB or 24 or 32 GB of RAM? Not necessary. If you are having minimum 4 GB RAM of a laptop and a desktop, that's more than enough for learning the cloud. So this is the first prerequisite. And the second prerequisite is at least just basics of computer you need to understand. Basics of computers. Okay, so how many types of computers are available? The first one will be desktop computers, and the second one will be laptop computers. Like that, you need to have a basic understanding about the computers. What is the main difference between desktop, laptop, and the third one is servers. Okay, if you have this basic knowledge, that's more than enough. What are the difference between these three things: laptop, desktop, and servers, or else I can call them as a mainframe computers? What is the main difference between them? If you have that basic knowledge, that's more than enough to understand what is what. Okay, so this is the second prerequisites which we are requesting for. And the third prerequisite is, okay, so this is more than enough. If you have basic knowledge of Linux, it is good. Basics of Linux, not very in deep into how to provide the permissions, or also what I can say SC Linux, security enhanced Linux, not very in deep of Linux, just the basics of Linux concept. If you have that understanding, that's more than enough for you to complete the Linux. To complete this concepts of cloud. Okay, basic Linux are necessary. Okay, these are the prerequisites which you need to have to complete the entire AWS or cloud technologies understanding. Okay, these are the prerequisites. And who can learn this? Who can learn this? Any person of any age can learn this. It is not a mandatory thing that he has to complete a graduation or else he has to complete something like post graduation, 10th, intermediate. Not like that. Any person, any person can learn this. If you have a knowledge on what is a server, what is a desktop, how functionalities will happen, then anyone can learn this. But mostly what is happening, graduates are learning. And the second one is the scope of audience which we are looking is employees. Any employee who is working in an IT industry, and their IT industry is about to migrate to the cloud. If their IT industry is about to migrate to the cloud computing, then they have to learn the cloud. Okay, especially AWS or Azure. So these people can learn about that. And what we are going to learn in the what to learn. Okay, what we are going to learn in this course. Okay, whatever the course that we are going, the first one is basics of cloud computing. What is meant by cloud computing, why we are going for the cloud computing, what are the different types of clouds that we are available. Among those different types, so AWS comes under, which falls under which type of cloud. And the second one is AWS account creation. In the basics itself, you will get this account creation, but I am separately telling you. Okay, account creation. And the third one is AWS VPCs. Okay, first of all, we will be diving into AWS VPCs. In the basics of cloud computing itself, we are going to go through a concept called as networking. Okay, networking, which means what is an IP address, how we are going to work with the IP addresses, what is if IP address is not given, then how to work with the, I mean, how to create a VPC, what is a subnet. These are all the things that you need to understand. So basics of cloud computing, under that you need to learn AWS networking. So that networking we are going to impose on this VPC concepts. So if you see in VPC, we are going to learn about creating VPC. Next one is VPC peering, and VPC NAT gateway, VPC, what I can say, VPN, or else I will go with endpoints and direct connect. And the next one is VPC, VPN concept, and VPC transit gateway. Okay, transit gateway. With this, we will wind up the VPCs, and we can go with the security groups also. Okay, these are the concepts that we are going to cover. And after VPC, we are going into EC2 configurations, elastic cloud computing. So up to now, whatever we have discussed, subtopics of VPCs, and now we are going into the EC2 instances. So we are going to learn about EC2, what is EC2, and types of EC2 instances, and how many reserved instances, spot instances that we are going to discuss. And then we are going to discuss about AMIs and launch templates. Launch templates. And the next one is we are going to discuss about EVS volumes, elastic block storage. And the next one is we will be discussing about the load balancers. I will simply call them as NLB and ALB. NLB and ALB. These are the concepts that we are going to discuss. And the next one is we are going to discuss about auto scaling groups. And next, Route 53. With this, we are going to learn global accelerator also. Okay, with this, we will wind up the EC2 instances. Next one will be storage concepts, that is S3. S3 buckets. So how to create the S3, and before that I will go with the IAM. So there are subtopics in the IAM, and the next one is S3 buckets. Excuse me. What are the different types of S3 buckets that we are having? And next we are going to discuss about CloudWatch and cloud formation. Okay, and then we will be discussing about RDS volumes. Under storage itself, we are going to discuss about RDS. Okay, databases, AWS databases or RDS. Under that, we are going to discuss about NoSQL and SQL, or else relational databases and NoSQL type of databases. Okay, these are the concepts that we are going to discuss. Under CloudWatch, we will be discussing about event bridges, cloud metrics, and lot of things are available. And cloud formation, how to automate the entire cloud. So we are not going to up to here. We will be creating the cloud with the help of manual intervention. But now, when with the cloud formation, we are going with the automation techniques. So these are the concepts that we are going to discuss. And finally, we will be learning about some developer options or else developer tools. With this, we will wind up the sessions. So this is how we are going to work with the AWS. So this is about the concepts that we are going to discuss. So I hope that I am very clear with the concepts. Any questions here? Any questions? Is my voice is clearly audible?
Yeah, Chaitanya, we are able to hear you.
Yeah. So if anybody is trying to, if anybody is getting any disturbance, please check out your internet connection. From my side, it is good. Yeah. Any questions from your end?
Chaitanya, are we going to add the lambda over here?
Lambda functions, yes, we are going to cover that in the developer options. That's it. Only one question. Okay. Now, so as of now, I just gave you an introduction about for whom this course is, who can learn this, and what is the what we are going to learn. Okay. And next one is, let me introduce about myself. Okay. Hi, I am Chaitanya. I will be your trainer for the next 45 working classes, working sessions, and I'm having somewhere around, I am having 11 years of experience in the IT industry. I started my career as a system engineer, and then I worked as a system administrator, later senior system administrator. Then I migrated to the cloud. Now I am working as a senior DevOps engineer. Okay, so this is my work things. And when you come back to the when you come back to my certifications, I am a certified Kubernetes administrator. I am a certified AWS associate level administrator. And then if you see Azure, I have done Azure 104 certification, and I am a certified Microsoft trainer. And I have the certifications towards the servers. So this is about my certification. So that's my introduction towards myself. And with all this certification, I can easily say that I am capable of handling your queries. Okay. Now, I just want to know, after introducing myself, I just want to know what are your expectations towards learning cloud? Why you are attending to this session? See, if don't say that my brother asked me to attend the session, so that's the reason I am attending this session. So there might be a root cause for you to attend the sessions. What is that? Why you want to learn cloud? Did anybody ask you to learn the cloud, or you yourself are what I can say interested in learning the cloud? So what is the criteria over here? Or did your company is migrating towards the cloud? Yes, I just want your answers, guys.
Hi, Chetan, this is Bhupendra.
Hi, Bhupen.
Yeah, so in my case, I am just only to skill up myself.
To scale up yourself. Okay, that's pretty good. Any another people? That's a fantastic idea to scale up yourself, like to learn something very interesting.
Yeah, Chaitanya
Guys,
Vipin here.
hi Vipin. Yeah.
So basically, my company also going to use some AWS services, right? So
Mhm.
that is going to migrate something over there. So that's why I'm too much like eager to learn this
That,
particular course.
that's a very good move. I just want to ask you so do you have any experience and what is your scope where you are working under, like what I can say, uh, like whether are you a developer or else are you a system administrator?
No, basically I'm a developer.
You are a developer. Okay. So as a developer, you want to learn the AWS cloud. So what are the benefits? Did anybody discuss about the developers when the developers learn about the AWS cloud, what they are going to get? Did anybody discuss? If they don't
No,
discuss, don't worry about that. We will have a clear picture of if the developer learns the AWS cloud, what will be the benefits. Don't worry about that. We will discuss within a short time of period. Okay, so now when we coming back to the things, and you need to hold your now, whoever are attending to the sessions, it might be like, see, for a couple of days, like starting, okay, that will be fun. And when we entered into the networking concepts itself, you need to hold your now for at least 2 to 3 days, at least 2 days. Okay, why? Because to understand the entire networking concepts. Okay, so without understanding the networking concepts, I cannot take you into the what I can say, where we are. Yeah, I cannot take you in, I cannot take you into the VPC concepts. Why? Because VPCs are closely linked with the networking concept. So before, like when we are attending to the networking concept, I don't want you to learn very high level learnings. Just learn about binary to decimal number conversions, decimal and decimal to binary. Okay, this is more than enough. There are okay, there are multiple types of number systems. You know about that: binary, decimal, octal, hexadecimal, like that. So to understand this networking concepts, to make yourself more comfortable with the VPC configurations, just go through the decimal to binary conversions. That will be helpful for you a lot. So why I am saying you this, because I know that there are people who are getting struggled after learning the course. Their particular manager will ask them to create a VPC with a specified subnet range. So the peoples are failing to create the VPC. So because of that reason, I am asking you to learn about this particular VPC networking concepts. So without learning the networking concept, it will be a little bit difficult for you to understand the what I can say, to understand the VPC concept. So it's very necessary thing to learn the VPC concepts. Just give me a minute. Guys, just give me 2 minutes. Okay. Now the next question, next concept, like these are the things that you need to understand. So next one will be so this is about your AWS concepts and what you are going to learn about AWS. And the basic thing is what is cloud. So let us start the cloud computing itself. Okay, so what is cloud? Now everyone knows that nowadays everyone are habituated for this word called as cloud computing. If you go to an interview, the every interviewer will ask you about the cloud technologies. What do you know about the cloud technologies? And you have to give a proper answer for that. So now the first and foremost thing is, now when you are attending to this cloud session, you might have a basic knowledge on what you are going to learn. So I just want to ask you a question. Can you explain me what is a cloud? Like what is meant by a cloud in your perspective? Yes, guys, what is meant by cloud in your perspective?
Currently, we have on-premises server whenever we are developing any application and deploying,
Mm-hmm.
that is on-premises.
Mm.
So cloud is the simple example. If I can say,
Mm.
if anybody is purchasing the car,
Mm.
okay, to go anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
instead of that, if we hire the car like Ola and Uber,
Mm.
the same thing cloud is providing us. Instead
That's
of
a.
purchasing the physical hardware and software,
Mm-hmm.
instead of that, we are hiring that hardware and software.
Okay, that's a nice example of explaining why we are going for the cloud. But actually, any another person that thanks. I think it's who's this?
Bhupendra.
Upendra. Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks for that. Thanks for your explanation. So any another person, can you explain me what is meant by a cloud? Any another person? What is your basic understanding towards the cloud? Okay. So what is a cloud? A cloud is a technology. A cloud is a technology where we can create the servers and the storage. Why not even everything whatever we are going to have on premises? First of all, you need to understand a term called as on-prem. What is meant by on-prem here is, on-prem means on premises. Okay, so on premises in the sense in our infrastructure within our company. So we are having a very big organization. Inside that organization we have computers. We have a company. Inside the company, every employee will have their own desktop, servers, storage, network. Like that we will have so many things. Okay, so when you go to the cloud, so for a company or else for an organization, you don't need to purchase all this at upfront. Okay, so for example, if you want to host or else if you want to go for install a company, or else if you want to create a startup. Okay, so for that, what you have to do, first of all, there are so many list of things that you need to go for creating or else installing the company. First things, you need to choose the which type of product that you want to sell to the customers. Okay, products, either it might be IT services or IT products. IT products in the sense applications. Okay, so what you want to sell to the customers, so that first you need to understand. So when we go for uh, my experience in my first job, we used to sell the IT services, okay, for the for the clients. And when I go for the second when I work as a senior system administrator, there I used to work for the IT services only. There we used to sell the servers. Okay, so selling the servers in the sense we are going to provide the servers to the clients. Okay, so there is a company which is a startup company. That company will come to me and ask me for providing the servers. So that is also a type of cloud only. Okay, so that is one type of IT services. And the next one is product-based company. Now, whatever the company that I am right now I am working, that's a product-based company. So what they will sell in the product-based company means, in the product-based company, they majorly sell the products like applications, Java related applications, banking applications, especially if there is a banking sector. So they don't know how to create the applications for themselves. So they will obviously come to an IT service company asking for the internet banking, smart banking, wallet banking. Wallet banking is nothing but your phone pay, Paytm, like that. And then USSD. So whenever you type something like star and hash at the beginning and the last, then you are going to receive a message from the bank like that the minimum balance that you are having, and this is the mini statement that you are having. So that is called as an USSD. So like that, what are the products that we can prepare? So those are all comes under the product based company. So when there is a product based company, so they don't need the servers. Okay, they don't need the servers, but if they want to what I can say, test the application, then they need the servers. So for that they don't need to purchase the servers. Okay, so if there is a product based company, this is an scenario. If a product based company is there, product based company in the sense, simply I can call it as an application development company is that, like it might be a Java or Oracle or any like Python. So if they are developing the application regarding this, they don't need to have the servers, but for testing for testing the application and its performance, they need a server. Okay, so they need a server. A server is required. Okay, so which type of server they require? They don't require huge like 10 or 15 servers or 20 servers. They don't require, only one or two servers are more than enough. So what they have to do, they don't need to purchase the servers. Okay, if they are previously, if the cloud is not there, then they have to purchase their own servers and they have to install on their premises. But when the cloud was introduced, they don't need these servers. Okay, they can approach to a cloud provider company and they can purchase the servers. Okay, so first of all, let us go through the on-prem. So if they want to test the application, they need to have purchase the servers. When before cloud, okay, purchase the servers. This will increase the burden on the company. The economics will be changing. Why? Because a single server will cost you around some minimum amount of 3 lakhs, and purchasing of the server is not sufficient. You need to purchase the storage, you need to purchase the network, or else you need to configure the network. So for configuring the network, configuring of network is nothing but connecting PCs, for connecting your laptop in your company. If even though it might be a product based company, you have to work, the employees has to work on the computers only, right? So each and every computer is interconnected. So to interconnect the computers, you need to have the network. So configuration of networking is required, server configuration, server communication is required. For all the communication purpose, you need to have the networking. So to configure the network, what is your requirement? You need to have the cables, and then you need to have the routers, networking routers and networking switches, like that. You need to have so many things, firewalls and bridges, like that. You need to require so many networking components. So whenever before the cloud, if you want to install, or else if you want to start a company, you need to first check for the what is the type of products that we are about to sell to the customers, and how many servers are required, and what are the different types of components that we need to purchase. Either it might be storage. If there is a storage configuration, here also we are having several types of storages. One is DAS, NAS, and SAN. Okay, these are the different types of storages which we need to purchase. And when you come back to the networking configurations, you need to have the routers, switches, cables, like that. So these are the things that you need to purchase. Next one is, this is the first one. Second one will be employees. It's a definite resource. So definitely you need to have the employees who are the UI developers, UX developers, and then application developers, and then what I can say, DevOps engineers, and then database engineers, like that. You need to have so many number of types of employees you require. You have to pay for them. So the next one is So in the employees itself, you will have the marketing also. So these are the two main assets that you need to have. So what make the difference? What make the difference when you go with the on-prem and the cloud is when you are having the on-premises, you need to have the system administrators, network administrators, storage administrators. Next one is security admins. So lots and lots of people are required, and they need to maintain all these servers. Okay, so for testing application, a server is required, no? So they need to maintain all these servers. So if there is a problem in the servers, obviously system administrator has to look after the server. If there is a problem in the OS, system administrator has to look after the OS. If there is a problem in the storage admins has to look after that. If there is a if they have to take the backup admins will be there. There are so many applications available for taking the backup. Okay, so a few of them are available. So backup admins are available. So these are the many more things that should be taken care of, like backup, servers, network, storage, everything has to be manually taken care by the admins. So this particular thing is overcome when you go to the cloud. Okay, so when you adapt for the cloud, so you don't need to monitor the servers. Okay, you can go for the cloud watch. You don't need to get worried about the servers. Even 24/7 the servers will be available for you. You don't need to worry about your networking configuration. So in the cloud itself, they will check out your networking configuration. So you don't need to worry about that. So if you want to run an application in the cloud computing, it will hardly take 2 hours of time. Within 2 hours, you can install your application and you can grant it to your customers. But when you come to the on-premises environment, first of all, you need to install the server, and then you need to install the operating system, and then you need to check the connectivity, network connectivity, storage connectivity, and later you need to go for the installation of operating system, and then you need to go for the installation of application. Finally, you have to give it to the client. So which is a very long process. It is going to take somewhere around 1 week of time, 1 week to 10 days of time, which is very hectic for the system administrator to manage all these things. So but cloud, in the cloud, you don't need to worry about all these things. Within fraction of minutes, you are going to create your own application and you can deploy it and you can give it to your customers. So what is happening here? The weightage, whatever the problem that you are facing to create all these servers and all the things has been reduced. So a cloud is an IT technology which will have the servers, which will provide the services to the customer. Services in the sense, either it might be instances like servers, storage, and networking. All the services will be provided for the customers over the internet. So if there is no internet, then you cannot communicate with the cloud. So anywhere, for example, you might be in the Amazon forest, or else you might be on your company desk. It doesn't matter. If you have an internet connectivity and if you are having an AWS account, you can create a cloud network and you can install your servers, you can run the applications, whatnot, you can do anything. So first and foremost thing you need to understand is a cloud is an IT service which will be providing the services to the end customers, or else which will be providing the services to the clients over the internet. Okay, so that is what we call it as a cloud. So now which type of services that they will provide? So like EC2 instances, or else I will call them as servers and storage and the networking, databases, monitoring system, developer tools, AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Likewise, in AWS, there are somewhere around 200 plus services are available for each and every category of users. It is not like a single category of users, only for system administrators or else IT development. No. So AWS you can use for the automation, AWS you can use for the AI and machine learning, AWS you can use for the entire company purpose, AWS you can use for the databases, CloudWatch, like that. There are so many options are available, so many services are available, 200 plus services are available in cloud to use for the wide variety of audience. So that is the reason why we are migrating towards the cloud technology. Understood about this? Any questions here? We have gone through a very big lecture, I understand that, but yes, do you have any questions here? Guys, I'm waiting for your response.
Yeah, good, Chaitanya.
Okay, good. So that's about the AWS introduction. What is the cloud? And now we need to understand what are the different types of clouds that we will discuss in the next session. So the types of clouds is, first one, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. These are the three types of cloud technologies that we are having. Okay, what is the public cloud, what is a private cloud, what is a hybrid cloud, we will discuss in the next session. So that's it from my end, and please be cautious about learning these things. It's very simple. It's a basic concepts like converting the binary to decimal and decimal to binary. It is a basic concept that at least you need to have a understanding about that. Okay, so that's all from my end, and if you have any further queries, and please, one more request from my side is, the session will be 1 hour of session. Only the demos that I am going to close fastly, but when we are starting the new sessions, we are going to go ahead with the complete thing. Okay, so what I want to say you here is, yeah, whoever are attending the sessions, please share your mobile number on the chat box directly to me, not for everyone. Who are attending the sessions, please share your mobile numbers directly to me, not to everyone. Give a proper mobile number, not
Yeah,
a...
Chetan, one more question regarding this certification. What will be the forward path we should follow to crack that certification, and what type of
AWS is having multiple types of certifications. One is cloud practitioner. Okay, and the next one is associate level technologies is available. Okay, AWS associate architect level is available, and then AWS developer associate is available. AWS associate SysOps is available, and the next one is AWS professional, and the next one is AWS specialization. Like security and networking concept, we will have the AWS specialization. Now, by completing the course, you can directly complete this AWS Architect Associate level certification. That is well and good for you. And companies are expecting the candidates to have this certification. Okay.
So, do we get any assistance or material to crack that?
Of course, you will get that. Of course, you will get that. No worry about the material things. So you will get everything. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Earlier, I attend Durga sir class for that one Python certification earlier, but that Python I am not using Python, so that is not useful for me.
Now, now it might not be useful for you, but I don't know. Maybe in the when you go ahead into the career ahead, that might be useful for you, right? So
yes.
So don't think like that. So it
No,
might be
actually,
helpful.
actually, I am not working in Python, but initially I have started to learn Python. Then I connected with Sir Durga sir.
That will be an added asset for you, right?
Yeah, definitely that will be full.
So don't worry about those certifications. This certification might be very helpful for you when you go for an interview perspective. Right now in interviews, so many people are asking about the cloud technologies. It might be definitely helpful for you. Okay.
Thank you.